Greetings viewers, and welcome to my first introduction to Demogorgon. Demogorgon is by far an A-tier killer once you know how to play him. He has a very powerful kit at his disposal, but most of it does require skill and experience. To summarize, he has anti-loop, detection, mobility, and potentially has the ability to slow down the game. Before we get into a match, I want to go over some key strategies when playing Demogorgon. Number 1. Place your portals directly on the objectives. This serves two purposes. Primarily, we want to use them for gathering information. By holding down our shred, we can immediately know which generator the survivors are currently working on, or which portals they are currently cleansing. This is his strength in detection. Second, we want the survivors to waste their time cleansing the portals. If they are cleansing your portals, then they are not fixing the generators. This gives us slowdown. After you've placed at least 3 portals on generators, then you can start prepping other more cheeky portals behind nearby objectives to take advantage of your brief undetectable buff. While the undetectable is nice, it is easily countered by good survivors, as Demogorgon's footsteps are extremely loud. So while they won't hear a terror radius, they will easily hear your footsteps as you approach. This is why the undetectable add-ons are not great on Demogorgon. Demogorgon likes to pretend he is the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, as his loud stomping foreshadows his arrival. If the devs remove these footstep sounds, it would be a huge buff to Demogorgon. While I generally run the basic perks of Pop, Corrupt, Barbecue, and Save the Best for last, I did swap out 2 of those in this match for Ruin and Thrilling Tremors. Running Ruin is a high risk, high reward playstyle. The risk being you lose Ruin early. The reward being you can immediately chase after a survivor and not waste the time to use Pop Goes the Weasel. And in rare matches, you can keep the survivors pressuring your Ruin, which means they are not working on gens, although this is rare. Alright, now that you know the general playstyle, let's jump into the match. Welcome to another Demogorgon match. Start by putting a portal right on this gen that we're next to. We're going to head over here, secure those 2 gens, and our hexer. No audio from any of those. Hexer is on the other side here. Do have audio. Gen up there. Taking advantage of corrupt intervention, buying us just a little bit of setup time here. Alright. Now we can easily check on those. Semi-protect. I came back to this gen, so we will activate and then proceed up the boat where we heard them last time. We got one group done over there. We just heard the gen fizzle, so they were up here. They did not sprint away. Right there. Strong pallet out of the way. Another strong pallet out of the way. Let's see how she handles this from here. From here, she's leading me to the side of the map that I don't want to go to. So I'm going to use Shred to check on my other gens, and if I don't see anything, I'm going to immediately head back up towards the gen at Killer Shack. Killer Shack is a very strong loop for Demogorgon, so I want to try and keep that gen there to use that loop. From there we will go back to gen protection. Another pallet out of the way. That gen is still chugging, which means someone else is still on it. Check our others. Moments like this are when key decisions need to be made. I know they are not on the objectives with active portals, and these are the only gens I'm worried about protecting. The other gens they can have for free. Since I know they are not near those gens, I know I have time to try and find the Claudette that ran towards Killer Shack. Killer Shack is a very strong loop for Demogorgon once you master Shred. I want to chase her if possible, because it would be an easy down. They're still safe. So we'll go to the person that's trying to hide in shack. After a quick look, we did not find the Claudette, so now we need to quickly get back to pressuring the generators. We do not have the portal active up at the boat, but there's nobody on any of the other portals. So we're going to head up to the boat, which is where we'll most likely find them. Alright, they're going to be back on this gen immediately. I like her pathing, so we're going to continue the chase. Nice little Blendette action there. Notice that Blendette is looking to her right. This means that we want to slightly favor that direction in case she tries to dodge in that direction. Thrilling tremors. And they got our Hexarun. It's a shame. I'll leave her slugged. Notice Kate never looks behind her here. This makes it very easy to land a shred. Pressure going. We could go for the 4K here. Chasing her, but we'll let her get the rescue. Still feel pretty good about this match. That. Go up here, kick this again. Doesn't need it, so we'll head back to our others. Our Hex is gone, but we get a decent amount of pressure out of it. As long as they don't group and heal, we should be okay. We're going to immediately head down here, because that is most likely where they're all at. They probably all went to the hook to group heal afterwards. Now we already know there's no pallets up there, because they already used them all. She's gonna get this. Oh, she didn't go for the vault. I'm surprised. Go back to cleansing that again. Barbecue, we now know there are at least 2 people up here. So we are going to rush up there. Sneaky Claudette trying to go this way. Notice Claudette is looking to her right again. This time I should have aimed more to the right, but I didn't, which causes me to miss. Poor aim on my part. I already saw her face looking at me to the right, so I should have aimed more to the right. What else? Let's see, what is that down there? Alright, we know there are 2 people up here, so one's probably still hiding. Probably another one of the Blendettes. Just do a quick check everywhere here. Try not to waste too much time. And we're going to go put a portal on that right gen again. Okay, just trying to keep the portals down, keep them wasting time, trying to cleanse them. Yep, I assumed they would be right back on top of it. But again, they wasted the time cleansing it instead. Saw Kate there. The key thing to master is time management. Here I just down the Claudette and I know that Kate is nearby and not working on a gen. To maintain the pressure, I do not want to go chasing the Kate, as she is in a strong position of the map. But with that in mind, I can use this time to go kick the generator and place a new portal down with zero risk of the Claudette getting up. Best case scenario, Kate wastes time trying to get her up, which again, that means she is not working on a generator. Down on her. We apply our portal. Kick the gen. See what portal they cleanse. They cleansed that one. Saw somebody here hiding. Token. This is perfect. We now know where 3 of the survivors are, and those 3 are not working on gens. Pick her up. Hopefully Thrilling Tremors will give us some information here. They are still on that gen over there that we have not opened the portal to yet. So we're going to set her up here. Barely seeing her feet with barbecue. I want this pallet to my left gone, as it's right next to the generator I'm trying to protect. But if I break it now, then Kate will run away and gain a lot of distance. So instead, the best thing to do is to bait her into thinking we are going to loop, then quickly break the pallet while she is in a poor position. While Nia didn't gain as much ground as she could have, she is going to a very weak tile. I also know the other survivors are behind me and will most likely go back to the gen by a killer shack. With this in mind, I decide to kick the generator, so it will be regressing while I'm continuing in the chase against Nia. This generally is not a good idea, as you are completely giving up the chase if the survivor uses that time to gain more distance. Go ahead, she did not use that time to gain distance. After she dropped that pallet, her best option is to run to my left towards the boat while I am stuck in animation breaking the pallet. To stop this, I immediately pull back from the pallet to make sure I'm able to cut her off so she cannot run to that direction. Throw her on the hook. Those 2 healing. Cleanse both these portals. I'll link if he's active before pursuing. And if we're lucky, we can cut off the person going for the rescue. Where the hell she crawled to there? There she is. Alright, looks like she's got decisive. I will slug her. I'm not going to pick her up and let her get decisive off. I knew there was 2 people over here healing earlier, so I wanted to turn and make sure that they wasn't still on the gen. Did you hear more thumping there? Alright, so that could be the person we downed. Only plays the window. Kate's only option right now is the window, as I have already destroyed the pallet to my right. Be very patient in situations like this. A skilled survivor will fake going to the window and immediately turn to the right, causing your lunge towards the window to miss. In this situation, you need to hold your shred until you see them start the animation to vault the window. If you do not see the animation, hold your shred and continue walking to the right to try and block access to the pallet. If they do immediately change direction and go for the pallet, you still have Shred prepped and ready to catch them right before they get to it. This game's going fairly well, so even if Basement was here, I'm not going to take her to it. They're stacking up on that gym though, so we need to get there pretty quick. Sound like they cleansed it? Did not. These guys don't like to go far from the gym. They're most likely still close. Especially if it's the Blindettes. When Demogorgon traverses the Upside Down, he gains the undetectable status effect for 2 seconds. This means you have no terror radius or red stain for the duration. When I'm having a hard time finding survivors but I know they're in the general area, I like to use a strategy to bait them into coming out of hiding. The strategy is simple. Travel to a nearby portal, making the survivors think you have left the area and it is safe to come out of hiding. And that rooted him out. Hi, sweetheart. You run. This way. Alright. Oh, she went up the boat. Man, I really lost you there. There's our obsession. And now we'll go for the Claudette. She is out of position. Keeping our 8 stacks if possible. Still gonna go up here in case it's a little quicker. Straight to her. Trying to cleanse. Not looking behind her at all. Alright, we'll give the other person the opportunity for the hatch. Hopefully they know where it is. Did not show up on barbecue. Sadly, they are not getting the hatch. And they get the gates. This is bad on my part. After leaving that exit gate, I should immediately hold Shred to try and catch her going for the gate. Good job. Good attempt. And she DCs. Again.